Live.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, come on in.
Hope everybody has had a great week thus far. It is Wednesday.
It is hump day.
We are 2 days from Friday.
Almost there.
Yes.
I can taste it.
Yes.
Hello, welcome. Come on in.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Hello, Facebook.
All right. Today we're going to be talking about 2026 and all of the great plans and everything we learned in 2025 that we are going to be shifting over into the new year. So yeah, we are excited to have you all here with us today.
Absolutely.
And yeah, make sure
Come on
y'all.
in. Hello. Make sure you're tapping the screen.
Please tap the screen. I also just wanted to say, make sure you drop down below and let us know, what plans do you already have in place for 2026. Go ahead and get the conversation started.
Go ahead and get it started.
Yeah, we need all of the ideas and, thought pieces, all of the things.
All of the things.
All of them that we can get. So
hello. Welcome.
in. I feel like the chat is moving over there.
Absolutely.
All right.
Hey.
All right.
So, with that being said, we have a comment already. Hello.
Okay, comment.
Kyle says hello, professional bestie.
Hi,
Hello, Kyle.
Cut Kyle.
Welcome.
How you doing?
Welcome. We appreciate you joining us.
I told him I was gonna call him that too, Cutting Kyle.
Cut Kyle. Oh my goodness, y'all. The year is, we got a couple weeks.
Literally a couple of weeks.
We have a couple of weeks. Can y'all believe, excuse me, that the year is almost over? I'm glad it's almost over. It's been a year. It's been a year. Yes, it has.
But yeah, it did go by rather fast.
Absolutely.
It went by rather quickly.
Absolutely.
I remember being in June and was like, whoa, like it's about to be, the kids about to go back to school. And look, they just got out of school, June 9th? And I'm talking about, damn, they about to go back to school, but time just be moving. It really does.
Yeah, it is. And with that being said, lessons have been learned.
Lessons have absolutely been learned.
Changes will be made.
Changes have been made.
Changes have been made. You absolutely right.
Definitely not.
Okay.
For me, I'm not where I want to be. I'm a lot closer than where I was. But definitely a lot of lessons this year.
Yes. And please remember, recognize your small wins.
Absolutely.
Recognize your small wins.
Celebrate your small wins. That's something I'm really learning how to do, honey, and we'll get into it. But yes, celebrate yourself. Make sure you are also just remaining as pleasant, remain pleasant as well.
Be pleasant.
But please be as present as possible.
Yes.
Let's not get too far ahead of us, because I know thinking too far ahead is what, kind of triggers anxiety. So we do need to be mindful to stay in the moment. I know it's easy to kind of jump ahead and, of course, want to get a head start, and if you anything like me and you just like, I need for next year to be better than this year. In my mind, I'm just like, okay, this is the finish line, But I feel like this month I'm really polishing up some things to set it up so we can. Yeah, I'm about to say 6, 7, but that's probably not appropriate. But yeah,
we're kind of way against that though.
What, the 6,
Throw the people off? Yes.
How?
We saw a video. A kid walked up to the Grinch and did the 6, 7. He said 8, 9.
Oh, not 8, 9.
Threw the kid all the way off.
Oh my
Threw him
God.
all the way off. So My parents out there, aunties, uncles, that's a way to throw them off.
Doing the 8-9.
8 to 9.
8-9. I'm gonna start doing that.
Courtesy to the Grinch, whoever that Grinch is.
Yes, come on, Grinch. I've been seeing a lot of people with Grinch outfits and little pajamas and things this year.
I feel like over the years, the Grinch has definitely been growing. As a topic, not a topic, but like a theme for Christmas.
Right.
You know, because it's a great movie. It's a great Christmas movie.
And I'm so happy his heart grew by the end of the movie.
Absolutely.
It was so great. So.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, we have a comment.
Yes, Queen Acacia is here again.
Hello.
And with us, and she said duly noted when y'all were talking.
Oh.
Yes.
Absolutely. Try it out. See what happens.
Please.
But we definitely appreciate you joining us again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
So talking about the year coming to a wrap, what are we doing to prepare for the new one?
Lots of things.
Mm-hmm.
I would say to start for me, I started out this year with a theme for myself at my previous job. They had like a little postcard thingy that they sent, and they wanted us to basically write a word for the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I already was I was stressed. You know, it was a lot working in corporate America. Last year, this time, it really picks up, so I really couldn't enjoy the holiday like I wanted to with my kids. And even when I did, I had to go right back to work the next day. So anyway, I remember last year when they sent me that postcard, I was like, going forward in 2025, I'm going to choose me. Had no idea what I was signing up for.
We never do.
Never do. Had no idea. So I learned a lot of lessons in choosing me through mental health complications, self-neglect, getting lost in being a mom, and taking care of everybody else but myself. And that really just made things for me come to a head to where I was just like, something has to shift.
Yeah.
So what I have, one of the coping skills I've started using is stretching. Deep breathing when I stretch, and that's also kind of a way of just kind of recalibrating, because I can stretch and forget about time. Like I can just be there and be in the moment. And it's really relaxing. So when I'm feeling overwhelmed, that's something I've started doing that I can kind of go off into the corner and do.
Okay.
I also, I was very intentional about making sure I got the right mental health assistance. And I gained an understanding that we all need different things at different times.
Right.
And so things that I was doing, habits that I had, didn't always, they didn't quite fit into 2025 once I made that commitment to choose me. So that's definitely been one of the things, or those are some things that I'm bringing with me in terms of the lessons. I believe we have a comment.
We do.
Okay, yes, comment.
All right. Miss Queen said, not a thing. I stopped trying to change during the winter when my body and spirit is still in hibernation, and she reemerges in the spring.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
I love that. I love that.
I like that. Move with the seasons.
Yes. And speaking of that, I'm sorry, friend. Were you about to say something? Okay.
Well, I was gonna say, like you were saying, getting so wrapped up in being a mom and trying to figure, life out and things like that. I was gonna ask the chat, how easy is it to get so wrapped up in your own things, and I feel like we already got another comment.
We do. Coach Shandy is with us.
Hello.
Hey, Coach Shandy.
And she says she uses the winter months as a reflection time.
Reflect, absolutely. The last little bit of the year is definitely a good time to reflect, reset,
right,
and really have an understanding of like okay, what worked, what didn't work, what I need to do different.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what really this conversation is about. And I really, really like the fact that, you know, you spoke about getting wrapped up into things because it's very easy to do so.
It is.
Especially, when life is moving every day.
Every
Time
day.
don't stop for nobody.
Every
You
day.
know, so it's easy to get wrapped up in all the nuances and all the outside things of life and not necessarily take a minute to stop and think like, okay, what do I need in order to maintain all the stuff that's going on on the outside, you know?
Yeah.
So definitely chat, let us know, like, what are some things that you have recognized that you have gotten wrapped up in that you got to let go this year?
Right.
I mean, next year. We not bringing it into 2026.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And I like to always say, I can't do nothing for anybody without me.
Right.
I can't show up for me, my kids. If I ain't here, I don't know what to tell you. So
You know?
I gotta do what I can to preserve me, and that's another a lesson.
I like how you worded that.
Preserve.
Me.
I have learned self-preservation this year, and if I can be completely honest, it has not been an easy process because I have kind of been relearning myself and like what I like doing and all of that, and I've always been like not isolated, but I've always been like a solo person or a loner.
Mm-hmm.
So like learning or telling myself that it's okay or finally feeling safe within myself, it's kind of like I ain't really want to leave. And it's hard to transition, you know, back into the world. But I realize as I'm progressing or as I'm moving forward, I want to keep things as slow and steady. I would like for it to be a slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I want to learn to enjoy a good jazz cafe and you know, a little dance club with some reggaeton. You know, a little vibe. And we've done some things that I really enjoyed. Like we had movie night on the lawn, and that was so. Even my kids didn't watch the movie. My boys sat behind us, and
it was a girly movie.
It was a girly movie in their defense, but they still enjoyed it. We went and played putt-putt. I didn't think I would enjoy that. That was my first time doing that. So I feel like I'm learning different things, but I'm also learning my limits.
Yeah.
I'm learning what feels comfortable for me, and I'm learning to say like, hey, I'm okay to do this. And hey, you know, not right now. Which before was very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Not just even with my kids.
Yeah.
We have a comment. Let's see what we got going.
Yes, Queen says 2025 was my war year. 2026 is the celebration.
Yes.
Come on, celebration.
Celebrate
Queen.
the wins.
Please
Celebrate
celebrate
yourself. You know,
Yes.
you made it this far. In the midst of all the past, we just can talk about the past 10 years.
Yes.
Of just things happening
Everything
around us.
And we lived like 8 lives during COVID. Doing the panorama.
We had to.
Man.
Or else you was going to go insane.
The last life we got is what we got left. This is the knife. This is it. For real. We hanging on the thread. That's why we out here dancing and got boots on the ground. And we just like, look, we just here for a good time, obviously.
Okay.
But yes, and that's a good segue as well. Learning to transmute energy with music has also been a thing, and you have definitely influenced that.
Really?
Yes, you know, when we were in college, we used to always kind of listen to the same things, and because we were all on the same vibe, it was just like, that was a means of connecting for us.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a way that we still connect, especially to a good Beyonce.
Yeah. Oh,
A good Beyonce.
I love Beyonce.
We done played Cardi B.
Yeah, we
You
were
know,
rocking the Cardi.
We had to repeat some, but I'm learning to transmute through energy. For example, when I do find myself in my triggers, as opposed to me trying to suppress it, Now I will sometimes lean in. I'll play a song that'll jerk some tears a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
My usual go-to is Audio Hug by J. Cole. That one feels really supportive and it feels safe for me to just get it out.
Yeah.
And I'll lay in whatever stretch position I'm comfortable in and just breathe and cry, and that's been very therapeutic.
Yeah.
And sometimes we really need that escape of music. I think I went a very long time underestimating the power of music and just changing the frequency. Because it's literally like your vibration, your energy is literally a frequency. So if you want to regulate it, you know, playing music is an amazing coping tool. And a great escape.
Yeah. And there's different types of music. We're going into like music therapy.
Yes.
You know, classical music, lo-fi music, you know, different types of music like that can help kind of regulate your nervous system. And at the end of the day, that's what we need, a regulation of the nervous system and a regulation of like, I'm safe. Because again, like I've been learning in the midst of things, that your brain is not teaching you how to grow and expand. Your brain is trying to keep you safe. And the things that are unfamiliar as you are growing and expanding, your brain going to go to, you know, this isn't safe.
Yeah.
You know, which again is going to trigger the nervous system.
Yeah.
So finding ways to, you know, let that kind of be the thing. And we appreciate the likes. We see y'all tapping.
Thank you so much. Please
the
keep
comments
tapping.
and hello to our, you know, new follower. But definitely making sure that like you're finding things that is going to regulate your nervous system, especially in high stressful times, high anxiety times. That can definitely be helpful in just, you know, bringing bringing it all the way down. I can't, because that could be for anybody. You know what I mean? Anything for anybody. It could be, you know,
just being
stressed.
off,
just, you know, being frazzled, just feeling overwhelmed. It can be so many different things. And, you know, this is a new way to bring new things into the new year and ways to regulate your nervous system.
Absolutely. I do want to add something that's been really helpful to me as well is the emotion wheel.
Yes.
When I get really frustrated or whatever, when I'm feeling of something, because I can cope with things when I know how to give, or I know what name to give it.
Absolutely.
When I can give it a name.
Absolutely.
And so recognizing like where I am on the emotion wheel is definitely helpful, because then I know like, okay, this is the something that I'm feeling. And one of my journals, my planners upstairs, they actually have affirmations that go with the emotion wheel, and they kind of go up and down the spectrum of emotions, and it tells you if you're feeling like this, you should say I am such and such, or I feel such and such. So yeah, those are in the planner that I'm talking about. If anybody is interested, those are the happy planners.
Okay.
And then they also have the law of manifestation planners. Both of those have the tools in them. Also for some of the breathing and trauma release techniques that I've been using, I have a resource.
Okay. Also, really quickly, sorry. The emotion wheel is on Google. You can look it up on Google, print it out yourself, laminate it, stick it up somewhere. Do what you need to do in order to be able to start naming those emotions and bring in, you know, a little bit more depth into the emotions as well. Because, you know, we can easily be like, oh, I'm irritated.
Yeah,
but, you know, let's dig a little deeper.
Yeah, what caused the irritation?
Yeah, not even what caused the irritation, but like, is the irritation coming from being overwhelmed? Is the irritation coming from feeling betrayed? Is the irritation coming from feeling like let down or not feeling like you can depend? Like where, how can you get deeper into it, So yes, just letting y'all know the emotion wheel is on Google.
Yes, and I'm sorry, I meant to mention it. I was thinking about the, I don't know why I was thinking, check psychology today, but that is not where you would have found the emotion wheel, so glad I didn't say that. But yeah, so, I was about to say, I don't know what's going on with my notes here. No, it's alive and well. Okay, here we go.
We're back.
Yes, and for the trauma release stretches, she does a lot of breath work. Her name is the Workout Witch on TikTok.
Okay.
And she explains when she's coaching through how to do the stretches, like what everything helps with, like how certain poses help with the inner child healing, certain poses help with grief release. There are poses that help with a broken heart. So yeah, and all of those things are things that we carry in our bodies, and no matter how much we try to suppress it or act like it's not there, at some point it's going to come up.
Absolutely.
And you need a plan, a strategy for how to handle, right? How to handle it and move forward, because we don't want to get stuck.
Nope. Because
I have definitely been in a space where I felt like I was stuck. Which, yeah, I'm sure everybody can relate.
It's not a good feeling.
Not at all.
It's not a good feeling. If you need a little bit more depth on that, as far as how our body holds on to things, The Body Keeps Score.
Great book.
Pretty good book out there.
It's also on our reading list.
Absolutely. So definitely make sure that you're tuning in and making sure that you are keeping up with that, because that will be coming out soon. Us letting you know what books we're reading and how can you join into the conversation of a good read.
Right.
Definitely listen out for that. However, definitely look into The Body Keeps Score, because your body definitely holds on to the trauma.
It does. It does. What they say, I am a living testimony.
Living, breathing.
No, but really, like, releasing that weight is, and it ain't all gone, it's still there. And that's the thing, when you start releasing, you realize, dang, it's so much more down on the inside of me. But it's, and I just want everybody to remember to give themselves grace.
Yeah.
Find something that works for you. That's the most important thing. Do research on it. Figure out how it helps, because that may motivate you to do it more consistently. If you know why you're, spending 5 minutes doing meditation. Because sometimes if you don't have a why, it's hard to kind of hang on to the habit.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, in 2026 overall, I want to develop my habits. Like, I have some that I have started and been practicing throughout 2025. But I want to continue those, and I also want to add on to them. One of the things that I got actually from Coach Jessa when we met, let me see. Okay, so yeah, she was telling me about just creating a 5 to 10 minute workout routine, because I ain't going outside right now. I'm not. I don't know if anybody else is.
Weather outside is frightful.
I barely went out there when the weather wasn't weathering. So I'm not going out there right now. It's cold. So that's been a little bit of a challenge, because in my mind, and this is just for full transparency, in my mind, girl, you can do some jumping jacks, you can do this, but it's like when I'm in the mood to do that, in my mind, it's like, oh, where everybody sleep, they gonna hear you doing jumping jacks. And it's like, girl, they sleep. They not gonna hear you doing no jumping jacks. So, I would say
you could probably come down here and do it.
And probably the whole thing.
Nobody
would know anything. We done broke an ankle down here.
Uh-oh.
Look, and ain't nobody gonna hear it, but I make so many excuses. I'm letting go of that. in 2026. In addition to the things I am adding on, I'm definitely letting go of that. And I realized a lot of the things that I feel like I've made excuses about, there are actually reasons, but there are ways that things can be adjusted so that it doesn't have to be that way. Right. We still reach the goal. There's more than one way to skin a cat.
There is definitely one way to skin
My grandma used to say that.
I ain't heard that long
More
time.
than one way to skin a cat.
A long time. Absolutely. Absolutely. And definitely, you know, you are already kind of ahead of the game because just the awareness, you know. You have to be aware of your stuff to know what it is that you need to change or what you want to change. You know, me, myself, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the working out and the, you know, eating right and doing all the things that I know I'm supposed to do. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll try this. This little piece of something ain't gonna do nothing.
Right, I start on Monday.
Thank you for the roses.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, I'm in the same boat, friend.
Yeah.
Making excuses for things and then complaining. That I ain't getting no, I'm still in the same spot. You know?
I feel a little extra jiggle on my back. I be knowing. You know, and so, then the waist beads, you can feel those tightening up on you.
Absolutely.
And them things will move
down.
That part.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gotta, you know, especially us older people over 30, we getting older, over 30.
Vitamins, y'all.
Please take your vitamins. Take some type of supplement. I'm gonna be honest, y'all know I'm a grandma. I'm taking Geritol right now, and Geritol has been the move. When I tell you that thing been saving lives
for many
years. So yes, I do recommend some vitamins. A Flintstone vitamin. They still help you to be strong and grow.
Yeah.
Like they did back in the day. They've been there for us for a long time.
For years. We got a comment.
Yes, Coach Shandy added, you have to do a self-inventory so you can see what you got and what needs to be filled.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
I like that, the self-inventory. And, you know, how can we put that on a worksheet? How can we make that to where we can see the product, you know?
Absolutely.
See what's going on. And that's the way that you can kind of think of it, you know, writing down what's the product, what products we selling ourselves, you know? And how can we check that inventory? So I like how she worded that. I agree with that. Definitely like the fact that you are aware enough to recognize it, you know, because you got to be aware and you got to know where you want to make the changes.
Yeah.
You know, so
absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, girl. If I ain't honest with me, doggone it. I've lived in denial. It is very uncomfortable. It ain't no reason to be there.
Ain't no reason to be.
And we always gonna have things that we can improve on. I don't think that's something that's ever gonna change. Healing is a lifelong journey, and it happens in layers. Growth is a lifelong journey.
Absolutely.
There's always new information to learn. I feel like you had said something just a few seconds ago, and I wanted to journaling.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. I've been in a journaling slump for some years. I finally picked back up the pen and the paper. And y'all, I done filled up about half of my notebook.
That's what's up.
Getting it out. But the thing is, I didn't want to pick up the pen. I didn't want to do that part. And I feel like that's the part people get stuck on. Like, who want to just pull out pen and paper nowadays? Like, I can just type it, but the writing of it all is very therapeutic. I don't know what it is about putting pen to paper,
Right.
And it doesn't have to be like, you can find different journal prompts.
Yeah.
For example, one of my favorite YouTubers and holistic wellness, Queen Poe, the Queen Poe, she always talks about journal prompts during the full moon, or with the different, hey Phoebe, with the different moon phases. She'll always give out journal prompts to go with the moon phases. The last two, I actually participated in the moon phasing journal prompts. But yeah, if you're looking for things that are just self-reflection questions, especially if you are a spiritual girly like me, and you know, you like to stay in alignment with like the full moon and things that's going on. I believe we have a comment.
Yeah, it's just a quick one from Fee. She says, hey, lady.
Hey, honey.
But yes, absolutely. And that's something that I want to get back into in 2026. I feel like I hold a lot.
You were actually my inspiration to actually start writing, because you were bringing the journals to practice.
Mm-hmm.
You was bringing the journal to meetings. And I was like, you know what? I can do that too. That's fine.
But that's the thing. You know, my issue has been consistency. You know, I'll start something and I'll start off strong, and then it falls off with the minorest of inconveniences.
Yeah.
You know, my pen is skipping. I can't write today.
You know, I can't even finish my sentence.
You know, it's stuff like that. So, you know, I really want to go into 2026 really letting go of, like, hard release of excuses. I really want to be able to get better into writing out, kind of like journaling, getting back into journaling, you know, and that used to be a thing for me.
Yeah.
But, you know, way back when I was probably in high school, something, you know, my journal got read. And that shut down a whole, you know, fun night for me. I had to go home and get cussed out. Like, I didn't want to deal with that. So, with that being said, I stopped journaling. I stopped writing things down and just kept it to myself. But I didn't realize that was a reasoning, or that like happened until later on. When it was just like, why don't I journal no more? Like, what happened?
That's
right all the time.
My experience is very similar. Like, that's why I was looking like, oh my God, that was the same. I'm glad you said that, because I was contemplating whether I wanted to bring that up. My grandma used to go in the trash can and find pieces of paper balled up to read what they said. So I remember not even feeling like I felt like my privacy was invaded. And because of that, I felt like I did not have a safe space. Yeah. Because my journal was kind of my safe space. And that's one thing as a parent I feel like I'm being very intentional about with my kids. I don't read their stuff, or at least, let me rephrase that, because I'm a black mom. I want to clarify. I allow them to have a space that is just for them. If I see a journal or something that's theirs, it's theirs. I'm not gonna pick it up, you know, unless it's just on the floor. But I don't want to read it. It's just like reading somebody else's text messages. I'm really not that interested. And then I think I have a close enough relationship and bond with my kids that I feel like they would come to me if there's something major.
And I think that's where some of the issue was, you know. If the space is created for me to come talk to you about the things that I need to talk to you, and I know that you'll receive it and we'll talk about it, versus it turning into I'm getting fussed out and I'm wrong for feeling how I'm feeling type of thing, then of course I'll come to you and let you know that, you know, you piss me off sometimes. Right. I think sometimes you're acting like a bitch. Right. But, you know. normally I wouldn't have said it that way, but because I'm in my journal, yes, that's how you act in life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I feel. So I definitely, feel like that is a thing that like our generation as parents are trying to do, as far as like not invade your privacy. However, we also have technology. That phone gonna get checked.
Okay.
That phone is going to get checked. You can write what you need to write, but I need to know what's going on in that phone. So, I think that's a great little segue.
Yeah.
Into balancing. Mommy, daughter, because you're not just a mom.
Right.
Multiple roles. So, and especially for the chat, let us know, how are y'all balancing the roles that y'all are, that you guys have in your lives? Mommy, daughter, a friend, auntie, all the things.
Yeah. I'm not balancing it at all right now. Well, in all honesty, I'm in a space of recalibration. This year, I have been intentional about being selfish. And not like selfish as in neglecting my kids, because they always gonna have what they needed.
Right.
But saying no more often. Letting them know, or placing boundaries. For example, I have a pretty open door policy with my kids. They can come to me at any time, but if you see I'm doing something, even if I'm not doing something, ask me first if this is a good time. Excuse me. And I feel like when they don't ask, I can say, hey, not right now. And then, one of my babies, he be testing my gangster. My little dear angel, Kaden. He'll sometimes try to talk about it anyway. And I'll have to remind him, Kaden, I'm listening to you, but right now is not the time. I need you to give me a little space. And they usually understand. I think right now that is the, that's the, what was I about to say? The standard, that's the balance. That's it.
And honestly, that's not a bad thing. Because at the end of the day, parents across the board, y'all do need to make sure that y'all are setting healthy, practical boundaries with your kids. Things like that, telling them, not to just be able to barge in and just, blurt out
trauma dump on you.
Or whatever the case may be. Just blurting out about, all the things that, is teaching them, in a way that, like, there's a time and place. Absolutely. There's a time and place, as well as make sure that the person is present. Yeah. When you want to talk to them about something. Because you don't want to talk to somebody about something, and again, they're out. They got something else on their mind because they was in the middle of thinking of something else.
Right.
So they can't quite, be present in the moment the way you need them to be present in the moment. So I think that's that. Little lessons. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Little lessons you got to teach, and that's going to help you as far as not feeling. Feeling like you can take the time for yourself and not be interrupted or and
actually focus on what I need. And now I actually feel like I'm in a space where I'm healthy enough to just kind of push through. Like, even on the hard days, I can compartmentalize.
Yeah.
Like, I can still jump in and out of mommy mode. I have literally taken a break from crying and been like, let me go tell these kids to put these clothes in the washer. And, come back, and it's kind of funny sometimes. And that's another thing. Me and my kids are very goofy. We are very goofy. So I don't really know how to be stern unless I'm angry. And I don't really get angry often unless it's you done got on my nerves. Right. You done got on my damn nerves. Probably my last one. So it's times where I'll tell them to do stuff and I'll hear them kind of chuckle. But I know it's not like a disrespectful, like defiant chuckle. It's kind of like, Mom, why would you say it like that? Because I just be saying the most random stuff. And I know it's me. I text my child, for example, the other day, 6:30 in the morning. I was bored. I was up. They were not. Sorry, let's go to the comments and then I'm going to tell you about the text.
We got a couple. You're good. It's just your mother has joined.
Oh, hey.
She said, hey. And then while you were talking about your kid, she also said, me too. So I don't know what she's referring to.
Girl, tell my mama.
Yeah.
Probably no balance. Ain't no balance in it. We don't know. But yeah, we can all relate to that. Was a text message. Mm-hmm. I sent him a message. I said, I want to be a rapper when I grow up. And I spelled rapper with a W. The WRAPPER. And I sent a gift. Like a picture of a gift. Mm-hmm. And underneath I said bars. All caps. And of course they all woke up and was like, Mom. Really? So we often have those times where we can kind of laugh it out. Like when I do have to be stern or get upset, we get over it very quickly. It's not like a tense walking around the house until mama calms down or walking on eggshells because you don't know if mama is still mad or not. Now I do be having my days where I'm like, don't talk to me. Mm-hmm. But I'll say it. Yeah. Don't talk to me right now. And they know why. But yeah, I think another part of balance, like you said, I feel like you said something earlier. I forgot what it was, but making sure we are choosing the right resources. Yes. Seeking proper counsel. We need to use relational intelligence. Relational intelligence. You need to know, you need to identify who and what is safe for you. Right. Because I know I have definitely depleted myself telling people my situation, wanting somebody to understand, wanting people to relate. And it was like I wasn't necessarily talking to the right people to get the help that I needed. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really important in terms of maintaining balance, to really seek the proper counsel. Absolutely. Like whatever it is that you got going on, name it so we can. What is it? Tame it. Name it to tame it. Name it to tame it. Yes. Let's figure it out. And you can always. What I mean by seeking the right resources, go to TikTok. Like for real, TikTok, go see what the people are doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always somebody that's done it. That's been through it, and they can tell you, hey, these are the steps, and it's more practical. It feels more human than going to Google and then Google giving you like these are the 12 steps, and then by the time you get to step 3, you be like, so where is that button? And how do I do that? Right. Just in general. So absolutely. If you are curious about something about yourself, whether it be your mental health, and not just TikTok, of course, go to therapy. Yes. Please go to therapy. Utilize that. See if there are any community resources that may be out there, because there may be some things that can take something off your plate. Today, for example, I was blessed with a clothing voucher for all of my kids. I'm really excited. Yay. For all of my kids. But that's a resource I wouldn't have ever known was out there unless I asked. Absolutely. And a lot of times we deplete ourselves wanting to have conversation with people or your boss do not care. People that's not safe. You don't want to drain your energy trying to explain something to somebody who truly is committed to understanding. And I'm just using that as an example. That's not the time or the place that you would discuss that. Now, yeah, it's important to be honest about what you have going on, but as far as going into detail and expecting the understanding from them and then feeling defeated when it's like, hey, we don't give a fuck. We just need to know, can you come to work today? That's kind of a way of saving yourself. Yeah. Saving yourself the headache. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely.
And ultimately, I like when you said using the community resources, because I think that sometimes we can rely a lot on like friends and family to step in on things that they really truly may not have the capacity to step in on. Rather it be the, financial support, rather it be even just like emotional support. They may not necessarily have child care, what I'm saying? It just may not necessarily have the capacity to do that. Look into the community resources. Don't be scared and thinking like, oh, if I reach out to, a social worker, then they gonna, think I'm out for welfare. At the end of the day, the resources are there for you guys to use, for all of us to use. So definitely make sure you are looking into your community resources. I feel like you mentioned the 211 or something like that.
Yes.
211.
I think it's pound 211.
Pound 211 is a good way to get direct contact to the resources that you need
in your area.
In your area, right. So don't be afraid to use that, y'all, because at the end of the day, we all need support in some form or fashion. It's just figuring out where is the best place to get the support that you need.
Absolutely.
So definitely make sure that y'all are looking into those resources, checking your inventory, like Coach Shandy said, and figuring out what it is that you need. Being aware of the things that you want to let go and the things that you want to change, and really figuring out like, okay, how can we step into 2026? Lord have mercy, I'm about to go back a year. How can we step into 2026 with not only the clean slate that we have, but also, build on what we've already been building on all this time, within ourselves and also within, our community,
right.
Our tribes, the people that, are in our inner circles, and those relationships as well, relationships with family,
right.
all of that. So definitely make sure that y'all are looking into that. One way that I plan on doing that is getting these finances in order in some form or fashion.
That part.
I have to figure it out, because at the end of the day, I would like things to be better in this new year. I eventually I want to get to a point of not living paycheck to paycheck. I want to get to a point of, not being concerned on, who can I pay this week? Who I got to wait to pay for next week? I don't want to do all that. I want to be able to, put all my stuff on auto pay. I feel like that's a whole new level of grown. Yeah. So I want to work on that this year. And I want to make sure that when I do work on it, I'm able to sustain it, and that I am, strategic about how I'm doing that.
Absolutely.
Because coming up with a budget, honey.
Yeah,
that has been my biggest struggle. I can write the things down, and it seems like I always forget something.
Yeah.
I always end up, missing something, which is going to throw off the whole calculation of everything. I can't just add it. I got to add it to this, then add it back to this.
Right.
It's a whole thing.
It is.
So definitely looking into ways you can fix your finances, ways you can improve your environment. You might want to focus on making your home your special place, or making your apartment your special place, or even just making your room comfortable enough, or in a space to where you feel like it can be a place of peace and serenity, and not a place that contains all this worry and anxiety and stress. So definitely looking at ways to look into that as well.
Yes.
But yeah, y'all, just checking your inventory, looking at different areas of your life that you want to improve, change, grow, whatever the case may be. And what you might need a little, you might need to add a little something to it,
tweak a little something.
Tweak a little something. You might have to make any big giant changes.
Right.
So it might need to be just a little twist here,
just
a little
twist.
A little pull there, to see, where I'm at, where I want to be,
I think a good one, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I think a good practice for me that I've heard, I ain't practiced it. I think is when I want something, I usually shop online anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But when I want something, I will put it in the cart. Give it 24 hours after I have the money in hand,
Mm-hmm.
and ask myself, is it really something I need or want? And
That's a
then
good
go back
way.
and buy it if it's something you absolutely are like, okay, I still want it.
Yeah.
You know.
I like that.
One more tidbit I wanted to add before we close out for the night.
Yeah.
As we are choosing insurance policies, that is also a part of 2026.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to let people know, because there are a lot of people who don't really know how to understand their policy.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you are looking at the premium. Also, the copay. The premium is what you're going to pay paycheck to paycheck, monthly, however you pay your premium.
Mm-hmm.
That is the amount to maintain your insurance, right?
Right.
There are also copays. Copays is the percentage that you are going to pay at the doctor's office.
Right.
Okay? So you got your premium, and then you got the copay. Okay? There are also some other things. We also have, what is it, the copay, and then the what they bill you. I can't think of what it's called, but they bill you an amount after your copay. That is another percentage of your insurance.
Okay.
And I'm saying this because a lot of people, especially at the end of the year, sign up for insurance policies not knowing what their plans cover.
Absolutely.
Make sure whoever you are seeing is in network with your plan. You need to confirm this with both the doctor and the insurance company. Because what happens is when they are in network, they already have a contract with that provider that they'll see you and treat this illness for this amount.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, you can calculate your copay. Your co-insurance is the word I was looking for.
That's what
And we
Fee
do
just
have
said.
Yeah. Who
Okay.
just said that?
Fee.
Phoebe. Thank you,
Co-insurance,
Phoebe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Make sure your co-insurance is the amount that they bill you after you go to the visit. So that means you're going to have to come out of pocket possibly twice. There's also a, what is it called? It's a minimum, like a deductible, an out-of-pocket deductible that's due, or out-of-pocket maximum. This is when none of your insurance kicks in until you have paid out of pocket for that amount that they're saying that you need to pay out of pocket before insurance pays anything. And they still are paying whatever percentage of that coverage is in comparison to your copay. So please just keep these things in mind.
Nickel and dime us to death.
They are. And also, we do have an announcement about Sister Circle. Yes.
So, a few things going on, and thank you so much about that information, because
Absolutely.
I myself am looking for some insurance, and I need to know.
Yeah.
You know, the more you know.
And it's the time for it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. So, Sister Circle, we are revamping with that. Instead of doing Sister Circle at the top of the year as we have been planning on doing so, we are going to move to the summer of 2026. Please stay tuned as far as when our dates are going to be, when tickets are going out, and also when you'll be able to sign up digitally as well. Eventually, we will have a opportunity on our YouTube to be able to view the Sister Circle and gain the resources as well with a little fee. So we are moving Sister Circle to summer of 2026. Also, next Wednesday, December 17th, is our last live of 2025. So we'll be done with our lives of 2025. However, we will be coming in hot 2026 with a new time, new day going on for our lives.
Come on now. Woo! Reboot.
Reboot.
Remix.
So, please tune in next week where you will be able to see all of the besties
All of us.
doing our holiday activity while we have a open discussion about whatever we're discussing. And when we come back in 2026, we will be moving to Sundays at 4 p.m. Okay? We will be doing lives on Sundays at 4 p.m. starting in 2026. Okay? So please stay tuned for that. Make sure you're tuning into our YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, as well as our TikTok, to make sure you're keeping up on everything that we have going on. And we will definitely keep you posted as much as we can when we come up with new things or new things are happening.
Right.
So, with that being said, we thank you guys for joining us.
Thank y'all.
We
See y'all next
appreciate
week.
you. See you next week.